Here we are today at Mahari Club Cassis in the south of France. As you can see, it's a beautiful day, but it's absolutely blowing a hoolie. So I apologise for any wind noise. As you can see, we're parked in Club Cassis's car park. Over there is the main building and showroom. I'll be doing a walkthrough later on. But as you can see, we have one of the 3 prototype eDens. I've just shot some footage up and down these sort of mountains around the hill. I thought I'd sort of do it in depth on it. It's not a Mahari, but it's based on a Mahari. I do quite like this sort of boot lid cover, because with Maharis it's always things can easily be pinched out of it, but they make this cover, I think, it's really quite handy. You can get into it if you wanted to, but it just stops the light fingeredness. This is the where you plug it into. They got adapter. That's a 16 amp commando socket. They use that because then you have got to use their lead to plug it into the mains for safety reasons, because, you know, some people use too much of a small lead. You know, it just catch fire. It'll burn the lead out. So it's got these 2 integral raw cages. Now I'll show you later the rolling chassis and the space frame, and you'll see how that is integral, because basically the front space frame is like Mahari, but the back one is completely different, but we'll go into depth on that later. It's nice to see they got 3-pointer seat belts in the back and front. Basically it's sort of a standard Mahari in the front. You turn the key on. And that tells you we got 49% left in the battery, and I've just been giving it jib, you know, really giving it some stick up and down the hills around this place, and believe you me, they're steep, as you'll see from the footage. And yeah, this one, the prototype, has got the conventional 4-speed 2CV gearbox in it. The production models won't have it. They will be locked into third, and they have a push to pass button, so when you want a little bit more power you can press the button to give you a bit more power to pass somebody or pull away on a steep hill, and it's locked in third. All the footage you have seen me driving today, it's been in third gear. There's no need, definitely no need to use first, and no need to use second. Let's have a little look into the bonnet. Slightly different to a standard Mahari. Like I say, this is the prototype, so the production model is a lot neater under the bonnet. There is the electric motor, but you'll see more on the rolling chassis in a minute what's in the showroom. I believe that's the charger. That's all your gubbins. As you can see, it is attached to a standard 2CV gearbox, so it is just a standard Mahari front subframe on the front. This, for the homologation they got it under, I believe it's not allowed to go above 55 miles an hour, because they're governed to what power the batteries can put out to give to the motor, because of the homologation they got it under. But when they come to Britain, we haven't got that homologation, so the British ones won't be governed to top speed, and also they won't be governed to power. let's go into the showroom and I'll show you the rolling chassis. Here we are outside Casisa's showroom. Let's now this is the rolling chassis. This is what's under the plastic. As you can see, it's mostly standard, apart from the electric motor on the front, 3-phase electric motor. This is the charger, and it's basically standard until you get to the back. Now this real space frame, as you can see, is not Mahari. It was purposely designed for the eDen to get through the homologation. As you can see, the back legs have been removed and these brackets put on the back, and in there is where the battery sits, and then the body top sits on top. Quite impressive, isn't it? Just thought I'll show you how to drive it. As you can see, the gearboxes are already in third. You've got a clutch pedal. What's only on the prototypes, you do not need a clutch pedal. Brake, and can't really call it a gas pedal, can you? Basically, you put the key in, put it in the right way would help. Turn it on, and it's ready to go. And all you do, don't need the clutch pedal because there's no engine to disengage. You take your handbrake off, give it a few currents, and away she goes. And with any electric vehicle, you get 100% of the torque 100% of the time. So from the get up and go, it's pretty nippy. To go into reverse, you just no need to put your foot on the clutch. Just select reverse and go backwards. This is the lead Club Cassis supply. Obviously, it's got a fridge plug on the end because it's in France. The British ones will come with a British plug. There'll also be an adapter with one of these to a Type 2. What's the most common type of electric vehicle plug. And that's how I've never done this before, so that's how easy it is. Let me flap up. Look at that. Even I can do this, I think. That goes in there like so. Get the plug. Try to do it one hand is a little bit difficult. There you go, plugged in. And it's charging. You can see when we parked up it had 49%, it's now got 51. I literally just plugged it in. And from a flat battery to a fully charged on a 110 socket is 3 hours. So that's good.